Hey there! So we're continuing the Kihon Creative from Kata series, and we have gone through the steps up: Shishinokon, Shishinokon Dai, Shishinokon Sho, Shishinokon Koryo, Sakawanokon Sho, and Sakawanokon Dai. And previously we are working on Yonagawanokon. Now we have reached the Shirotaru. Shirotaru is a folk kata. It's not a warrior kata, it's a folk kata of Okinawa. And there are several versions of it. I'm just using bits and pieces from one or two of these versions that are more recent. Let's say like they are kind of fixed, or we know them. There's an old version, we know about it from the 1920s, the late 1920s. It's recorded basically in writing and illustration. And then there's some more probably modern versions like Taiba and others, which have been cumulatively updated or modified, whatever. So, but they have the fragments and they have the old style and they have the good techniques. So we're just going to start with the beginning. So the beginning of this version of Shirotaru is characterized by a starting position where you stand like this, like a guard. You know, people were standing guard everywhere, on outlooks, even at the royal palace, at princely palaces, at palaces of the aristocracy, like Oji and Udon and Dunchi maybe. And also there were folk guards, like they guarded like tax warehouses. You know, Okinawans had to pay tax to the royal government, right? All the Okinawans were working and sending stuff in tax in kind to Okinawa. Even like guys from Yaeyama, from Ishigaki, and they all had certain sort of like banana cloth stuff, and so they would send tax, and there were warehouses, and these were, of course, these were guarded. So guys were standing there. They probably were working shifts during that Ryukyu Kingdom era, and so they were standing there, similar to like this, right? And so then the opening posture is you step backwards and you take the board like this. It's called a Tatikamai, which means just vertical posture. But many of the terms in Okinawa, they are not from a warrior tradition, but they are modern terminology. There is no old terminology for Ryukyu Kobudo. All the terminology for Kobudo, 95%, has been created on the example of Japanese Budo terminology in the post-war era, after 1945, all right? So, we have this position. It's maybe called, you could call it maybe a kind of wakikamai. Wakikamai would be the kenjutsu term for it, or similar to it, right? So what you do is from here, so you gotta interpret, there's a scenario, right? And I'm just saying this is one possible scenario. So the guy is standing guard here, and then suddenly a bunch of thugs appear, trying to steal some of the tax in kind or whatever, grains or whatever. So they're sneaking in like your faces and you guard, we're gonna take it away from you. And something like that, right? And so the guard takes a position here, like stay away, you know. He's it's like a threatening posture and ready to fight at the same time. And the technique is a Yoko Uchi, so it's on the horizontal plane. So you're getting forward and striking like this, right? And it's followed by a thrust. And that's it. And we're going to do this like this. Step forward, thrust, change hands. So we got the same position again. Shuffle the feet, left foot forward, thrust. Change hands again, so we're in the, again in this position. Shuffle the feet, strike, thrust. Shuffle the feet, strike, thrust. shuffle the feet, strike, thrust. Position, shuffle the feet, strike, thrust. No, this is the Yoko-uchi. It's not a Shomen-uchi, it's a Yoko-uchi. Right? So you can argue always about, why can I do this technique or that technique? But these are still kata, and the techniques, they are fixed to a certain amount. They get more fixed in more time all the time, and more detail every time, all the time. More and more, so to just represent a certain sensei's kind of habit and what he thinks is advantageous for him. And so we're gonna do this. So it's edge, knee, sun, shake, go, rock, touch, touch, ku, ju, touch, knee, sun, shi, go, rock, touch, touch, ku, ju, touch, knee, sun, shi, go, rock, touch, touch, ku, ju, touch, knee, sun, shi, go, rock, touch, touch, ku, ju.